Hey everyone, welcome back to my book talk series on Bubblina's Adventures. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of a special book talk. I'm going to be reviewing the book with a paper bag. So without further ado, let's get started. Since we have a special episode today, let me quickly reintroduce myself. So hi, I'm Bubblina and this is Bubblina's Adventures Book Talk, where every month I'm going to be reviewing a new book and giving you a quick summary and just a star rating for it. So this month we're going to be doing the book Caraval by Stephanie Garber, and I'm so excited to share this book with you. So let's go! Let's do the summary. Our main character, Scarlet Dragna, has always wanted to attend this Caraval, which is a very big game that happens once a year where there's a bunch of illusions and mystery, and it's just an incredible game. And the winner of the game gets a wish. So Scarlet has always wanted to go, and when she finally receives the invitation to go play, her younger sister Tella gets kidnapped by the legend, who is Caraval's mastermind. So Scarlet begins the race against time to find her younger sister Tella, but along the way she encounters lots of challenges, and everything is not as it seems. Everything is super confusing, and there are such vague clues, and she just has to search for her younger sister. As she does so, she gets to meet a lot of new friends, and she also discovers her inner bravery and the importance of love. In the end, Scarlet discovers that everything was just a game, and not everything was real. But what was truly real was her love for her younger sister, and that's what saved the day. This book had me immersed, and I was super hooked onto the book for every page. Now it's time to open up our paper bag. So for item number 1, we have a butterfly inside of a glass box. So this butterfly represents Scarlet, who is basically a caterpillar until she transforms into a butterfly. Just like a caterpillar, at first she's very shy and timid, and she doesn't really know what she's doing. And to top it all off, she's trapped in a glass box. So this box represents the barriers and challenges she faced, especially her abusive father, who wouldn't let her leave the house. But in the end, she's able to transform into a butterfly, and this story really represents her changing into a beautiful butterfly. So that's why I decided to use a beautiful butterfly to represent her change into a stronger person and to break free of the glass box. So item number 2 in my paper bag is a mini theater. So this represents the setting of the book. The setting of the book is pretty mysterious, and everyone seems very put together because everyone in this game, they're all players who are working for Legend, the mastermind of the game. And they're all just acting on stage, and this whole thing is a performance, and this really adds to the atmosphere of confusion and of everyone knowing what they're doing except for Scarlet. And it's very apparent in the book, and the setting is very nice, and it's also like the backstages of the theater where you have to explore everything. And I think that this theater is a very good representation of what the setting of Caraval really feels like. So item number 3 in my paper bag represents the conflict of the story. So one of the first conflicts we see is Scarlet, who's the main character, against the other people in the game and against time because she's racing to find her sister. So I represent this with a deck of cards. So just like a deck of cards, everything that she's doing has consequences. Just like when you play cards in a game, sometimes your actions can lead to good things or bad things, and that's what it looks like. And a lot of times you're also playing mind games with the other players because they're all holding their cards very close to their chests, and Scarlet really has to dig deep to figure out what is the truth in this game. And we also see a conflict of Scarlet versus herself, because a lot of times in a game of cards, you don't know what's the best strategy. But when you're actually playing, you have to just go with the flow, and that's what Scarlet does in this book. So last but not least, we have item number 4 in my paper bag, and this is a rose. So at the end of the story, this is the resolution which is representing. It kind of blossomed like a rose, and we are actually able to see all the petals unfold and see how the whole story comes together to form a beautiful rose, just like the resolution of the story. But to get to that beautiful rose, Scarlet had to go through so many challenges, just like the thorns on the rose. And this rose can also represent the love for her sister, which is also another part of the resolution of the story, because she's only able to save her sister with her love, and that's represented by the rose. So this rose is such an amazing representation of what the end of the Caraval, this beautiful book, looks like. And that's it for all the items in our paper bag. I really enjoyed this book and I would give it a 3.5 out of 5-star rating. I think that in the beginning it was a little bit boring and it was very hard for me to continue to read, but at the end I was really hooked by the very interesting plot. I think that this book is a perfect read for anyone between the ages of 10 to 13 because of the plot, the dynamics, and just how the book flows. I think it would be such a fun read, especially at that time. And as always, I hope you really enjoyed this video, and if you have any further suggestions for next month's book, remember to leave it in the comments section below. Thank you so much for watching Bubblina's Adventures. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!